Salaam Allahi alaikum wa rahmatuhu wa barakatuh. How are you, my dear sisters? I hope that you are all doing great. Inshallah, today we are going to continue our recitation journey with Quran with Surah Al-Kahf. Let's share the Mus'haf with you. Now you can see the Mus'haf, okay? As usual, my dear sisters, and as you know, at the beginning, I'm going to recite the new part, and I will give you a while to repeat after me. Of course, all the microphones are muted, but just I will give you the time enough to repeat. And then we are going to analyze the ayat from Tajweed point of view. Okay? Let's go. And of course, kindly notice the movement of my mouth. This is the most important. We are going to recite starting from ayah number 9 to ayah number 11. This is our recitation today. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أم حسبت أن أصحاب الكهف والرقيم كانوا من آياتنا عجبا إذ أوى الفتية إلى الكهف فقالوا ربنا فقالوا ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. فضربنا على آذانهم في الكهف سنين عددا. Okay, we are going, inshallah, to start the analyzing of the ayat from Tajweed point of view. Okay, you are going you are going to give the meme its time, its duration, it's an in-between letter, harfun bayni. And the ghunna of the meme, it is the time of the ghunna, it is the time of the letter itself. So the time of the ghunna of the meme with sukoon, it is the time of an in-between letter, the time or the duration of harfun bayni. Okay? Do not prolongate the ghunna and do not shorten the ghunna. Do not extend the time of the ghunna and do not make the opposite, okay? Just the time of the end of the harfun bayni or the time of an in-between letter. Hasib, here I have the ba, it's qalqala, and do not turn the sound of ba into a heavy sound. Do not make the sound of ba as harfun mufakham, as a heavy sound or a full mouth letter. It's light, qalqala, but it is light. Qalqala doesn't mean that you're going to make it as harfun mufakham, as a heavy sound. A lot of people, do commit this mistake. Kindly pay attention. All the words are light letter. All the words are حروف مرققة. حسبت حسبت. Fine. And here I have the noon with shadda. So the ghunna here, it's for 2 counts. Remember, my dear sisters, when we were explaining about the noon, we said that the important thing is the duration of the ghunna. Because if you extend it, you will give it a hukmah or a rule that which it doesn't have. And the opposite also, vice versa. So, anna, it's ghunna for 2 counts. Anna. I say I pronounce the ghunna for 2 counts, and then I pronounce the fatha. Anna. And when I'm lowering the lower jaw here, only I am pronouncing the fatha. Before it was only the ghunna. Watch my mouth. And أصحاب. Hamza, it's مرققة. Okay? It's light letter. Then the sword, it's a heavy letter. It's حرف مستعلي مطبق. And then the ha, it's light letter. So pay attention when I have a full mouth letter or a heavy sound or حرف مفخم here and proceeded and followed by light letters, حروف مرققة. Pay extra attention because maybe this will affect the letter before and after. So not it's light letter, حرف مرقق. The sound is running outside of the mouth. Else. حرف المفخم, the sound is directed to the roof of the mouth. Else. And then retain back. Ha. Sound is running outside of the mouth. Else. Ha. Else. Ha. Pay attention. Else. And the natural mad, give it its time. أصحاب. الكهف. Of course, the Hamza al-Wasl is going to be dropped since I'm going to continue recitation. If I start, it will be pronounced and it will receive fatha. Al-Kahf. But this is a wrong place to start with. But as we say, we are explaining from pure tajweed point of view. But to start from here, it's wrong. Stop. Because this word is related to this word. Okay? Lam is going to be pronounced because this is lam qamariya, because the kaf, it's 1 letter from the sentence ibghi hijjak wa khaf aqima. Okay? This is from tajweed point of view. From the regarding the how the Quran is written, we have always signs help us. According to the sign, the lam is having sukoon, and the letter after it's having only short vowel, doesn't have shadda. That means that this lam qamariya is going to be pronounced. If it's going to be lam shamsiya, which we are going to see here in Ar-Raqib, the lam will have no sukoon, and the letter after will have shadda, or receive shadda. Because here the lam is fully merged, idgham kamil with the ra. This is the difference between the lam qamariya, my dear sisters, and lam shamsiya. Okay? According to Tajweed rule, you know the sentence. ابغي حجك وخف عقيمك. So this is the kaf. So this is lam qamariya. According to how the Quran is written, lam qamariya will have sukoon, and the letter after will have only short vowel. Will not have shadda. Lam shamsiya will not have any short vowel, any sukoon, nothing, and the letter after will have shadda because it's fully merged with it. The idgham kamil with the letter was following the lam shamsiya. So here I say, if I start al-kahf, and here I say ar-ra. If I start from here, I'm going to pronounce the Hamza al-Wasl, and it's going to receive fatha because this is al-tarif, or the definition al. And the lam will not be pronounced. And I will move from the Hamza al-Wasl to the ra with shadda. Ar-ra. And be sure that you are pronouncing to ra. The first one have sukoon with its time. It's an in-between letter. Harf bayni. semi-continuous sound. Arra, arra. Do not say arra, arra. So you drop a letter, and this is a clear mistake. In Quran, we do not add letter and we do not drop a letter. Okay, so this is the difference between lam shamsiya and the lam qamariya. Okay, return to the ayah. So إلى الكهف. So sorry here. أصحاب الكهف. So the hamza wasl will be dropped. Lam will be pronounced. So I'm going to move from the ba with fatha to the lam with the sukun. أصحاب بل from ba with fatha to the lam. الكهف والرقيم we did explain. If I continue citation, hamza loss is going to be dropped. The lam is not going to be pronounced. So I move from the waw with fatha to the ra with shadda and fatha. Warra, warra. With the fatha, remember, fatha has a makhraj, has an articulation point, which is the same as the waw, the alif, sorry. So you are going to lower the lower jaw, okay? And this must be very good. And because the ra is mufakhama, so the back of the tongue will be raised. Warra, warra, warra. Okay? Warra, warraqim. كانوا just this alif, which had this sign, which is just like the O, it's silent letter. You are going to stop recitation. You're going to continue or stop. It's silent letter. As if it's not here, it's silent letter. And always we see this sign, which is just like the small O, over alif or well or the ya. Only over alif or wow or ya. Nothing. You are not going to find this sign, which is here. Let me clarify this sign. You will not ever find this sign, my dear sisters, over any other letter but alif, wow, and ya. You are not going to find this sign, for example, over ayn, only huruf al-illa, okay? Alif, wow, ya. And if you see, you found it, this is silent in all cases. Continue recitation or you're going to pause your recitation here. كانوا mean the time of the noon, as we explained, it is the time of an in-between letter, and the time of ghunna, it is the time of an in-between letter, the time of ghunna equals the time of harfun baynain, just like the mean here. Min, min, okay? I do not extend the time, okay? If I extend the time of the noon, it will be like this, like anna. If I extend it, if I say min, so that means there is a rule, there is a hukm, or there is something, or this noon is having shadda. So pay attention. The time of the ghunna is very critical, very important. Quran, Dr. Ayman Swaid was saying that the duration of your recitation, it is half the way to recite the Quran properly. It is the duration of ghunna, of the mad, of the haraka, must be balanced all during all your recitation. Min ayatina here, it's we have mad badal, it's 2 counts. 2 counts. Here I have also natural mad 2 counts. Here I have 2 natural mad 2 counts. So I have here 3 natural mad. This is 1. And this is the tiny or alif al-khinjariya or the dhikr alif is 2, and this one is 3. All must have the same time. Do not extend here and short here. Ayatina, equal. Ajaba, of course, here the ayn is having fatha. You must pronounce the ayn from its makhraj, my dear sisters, okay? And do not turn the ayn into full mouth letter, heavy letter. Do not turn it into harfun mufakham. It's harfun muraqqa, okay? And you are going to turn it into heavy sound if you retain the epiglottis more than it's needed, because this is how we pronounce any heavy sound. Okay? Do not ah. This is heavy sound. This is not the Arabic ayn. You make this because you return the epiglottis more than it's needed toward the throat wall. عجبا. So all the word it's just حروف مرققة, light letters. Of course, تنوين الفتحة. We remember when we say تنوين فتح or ضم or تنوين كسر. When we say تنوين, we are talking about the second short vowel. We are talking about this. We are talking about this. We are talking about this, the second short vowel. We are not talking about the first short vowel. The first short vowel, it is the short vowel of the last letter. This is so important. For example, here عجبا. So, تنوين الفتحة, I'm talking about the second fatha. The first fatha, it is the short vowel of the ba, because it's the last letter. So, what we do with the tanween fatha, if we stop, we are going to cancel and we compensate by what we call mad or compensation. Mad extends for 2 counts. 2 counts. So, ajaba, ba, the ba still having its fatha. Pay attention to this, very important. Very important. Especially after a while, we are going to take when we were deciding the ayat, we have passed by ayat where we have two consecutive consonants, but the first one was always natural mad. Sometimes the first the last letter of the first word was natural mad. Sometimes it will be the last letter of the first word tanween fath or tanween dhamm. So we are going to say you add kasra to the tanween. So here, very important that to know we are talking about the second short vowel. The first, it is the short vowel of the letter. Pay attention, my dear sister. Is just any letter with sukoon, as we agree. All the sifat, all the characteristics must be 100% clarified. As ذال, it's حرف رخ loose letter. It's majhur, voice letter. Not a lot of errors in writing. It's like letter. Is. Va and ذال and fa. They have the same articulation point. So is tap. Touch the tap. Tap of the tongue. Touch the tap of the upper central incisor. Do not prolongate it, neither do not return it back. Is different from is this is the day. Is our, all the letters here are empty mouth or light letters or حروف مرققة, so no problem with it. Our easy. Our fita. If I continue recitation, my dear sisters, here, pay attention, I'm going to have the problem of 2 consecutive consonants. 2 consecutive consonants. And this is in Arabic, 2 words following each one. Which one? The first one ended with a harfun second. And the second one started with harfun second. This is forbidden. In the same word, yes, it could happen. No problem. But 2 words following each other, no, it's not permitted. So how we are going to solve this? We are going to cancel the natural mad. This is alif maqsura. Alif maqsura. So we are going to cancel this, the natural mad alif. And hamza al-wasl is going to be canceled. And we are going to move from the waw with fatha to the lam with sukoon. Okay? Because if I do not do this, if I pronounce the natural mad is having sukoon. So I have to sukoon here, and I have sukoon here. There's no way to happen in Arabic language. So I will cancel the natural mad. I'll move from the waw with fatha to the lam with sukoon. Awal. Fine. Awal fit. Pay attention to the ta with sukoon. Any letter with sukoon, extra attention. Extra attention. Okay, I have to remember all the sifat. Ta, it's okay, what at it's حرف شديد, it's a tight letter, it's a voiceless, حرف مهموس, it's حرف مرقق, it's a light letter, so it's tight, حرف شديد, it's voiceless, حرف مهموس, and a slight letter, حرف مرقق. So all this must be clarified. الفت, الفت, and remember we said, do not say t, t, no. To have a hint of sheen at the end, no. And we said you are doing this because you are pronouncing the ta from a wrong makhraj, from a wrong articulation point. The correct articulation point of ta, fa, dal, and ta, tip of the tongue with the root or with the alveolar ridge behind the upper central incisor. The alveolar ridge behind the upper central incisor equals where we have the root or the roots of the upper central incisor, this area. At, to say at, you are putting the tip of the tongue where you are pronouncing the tip of the tongue with the upper central incisor from inside. That's why you have the sound of sheen. الفتية إلى الكهف. What we did say here regarding the two consecutive consonants, it's happening here, the same. If I continue recitation, the same problem what I will have. حبس الوصل, it's going to be cancelled. So here I have ألف مقصورة, okay, which is ألف مقصورة just like the ألف. يعني it's pronounced, my dear sister, to understand this. If the ya in Arab, in Quran, first in Quran, we don't have this ya. We don't have the ya with the two dots. Yeah. Nowadays, in the modern books, and since long time, the ya is written like this with two dots, two dots under it. This is the ya, okay? And nowadays, if we have alif maqsura, which is alif pronounced but written as ya, we write it as this. Yeah, but we have the bigger alif or the alif al-khinjariya at the top, okay? In Quran, sometimes first, you will never see dots under the ya, all over the Quran. Because Quran was written a long time, at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and then there were some addings, the ulama were adding the dot to differentiate between the similar letters, ba, ta, fa, jim, ha, ha, and the grammar, and the fatha and the dhamma and kasra, they were added after the death of our Prophet Muhammad by our ulama, by our scholars. May Allah reward them. Otherwise, we were not able to recite Quran. But in here, both are same, but still they differentiate. How? If you see the ya like this and have nothing over or under, have no short vowel, and have no sukoon, have nothing, and you have to look to the letter before. If it has fatha, so this is alif maqsoor, pronounced as alif. This equal alif. This equal, my dear sister, alif, pronounced as alif. Okay. So here, this is alif. Okay. We say it's alif maqsoora because it's written as ya. So if you see in the Quran the ya, nothing, no short vowel, no sukoon, no shadda, and you have to look to the letter before it. If it has fatha, then it's alif maqsoora. If it has kasra, then it's ya. Okay. So ila. So I have here it has sukoon, and if I continue recitation, this has sukoon, and the first letter has sukoon. So I have to cancel, and I will move from the lam with fatha to the lam with sukoon. To pay attention, two letters, same letters, following each other, one with fatha, one with sukoon. So I have to hear two letters, two lam. Ila, 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 ilal, ilalka. Sorry, not ila, ilal, sorry. Ilal, 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 lal, 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 ilalka. And the ha, all the sifat, because it has sukoon, rakhawa, voice letter, voiceless letter, mahmus, and of course it's like a al-kahf, في so فقالوا nothing, just pronounce the short vowels and give them their time and pronounce the short vowels perfectly. Each short vowel has its own makhraj. We did study this. فقالوا Okay, ربنا. We have only around 6 minutes and then Zoom will close. So 8 minutes. So I want to finish before the Zoom will close because I need all the recording in one shot. فقالوا ربنا باء with shadda. So 2 باء. Yes, the first one with the sukun, it's tight. The باء, it's حرف شديد, but still it has its time. ربا ربا ربا. Do not say ربا. ربا, you didn't pronounce the باء والسكون. ربا. ربنا آتنا. Here I have put between the two words مد جائز منفصل or optional disconnected مد. 2, 4, 5 as you want, but for the famous we extend it for 4 counts. So 4 counts. ربنا. And when the alif proceed by light letter, it will be light letter. And we said always when you pronounce the natural mad alif, especially when it comes after a light letter, you are going to do 2 things. Lower the lower jaw and lower your tongue, especially with nun and mim. Otherwise, otherwise you will have غنة and imala. Okay? Otherwise you will have غنة and imala. آتنا. Nothing here. من لدنك. Here I have put إدغام كامل. من إدغام كامل. That means that the مخرج اللسان, the articulation point of the tongue and the articulation point of الخيشوم of the nasal cavity, both are not working. Both are not working. When we pronounce the noon, there are 2 makhraj. There are 2 articulation points, the tongue and the nasal cavity. When we have idgham kamil, both are not working. And the noon is fully merged with the lam. Milla, milla. Give the time of the lam with the sukoon. It's harfun bayni in between letters, but do not prolongate the time. No, do not say milla. Milla, you turn the lam into harfun rakh, into loose letter. No, it's harfun bayni. Milla, milla dun. Here I have ikhfa, and the ghunna of ikhfa, it's following the letter which is coming after it, regarding being a full mouth or light mouth, regarding being heavy or light, مفخمة or مرققة. So لدن. I pronounce the ghunna for 2 counts, and my tongue or my mouth is prepared to pronounce the kaf. That's why the ghunna is affected by the articulation point of the letter which come after it. And لدن, and then I pronounce the kaf. The ghunna, 2 counts, and then I pronounce the letter. But my mouth is prepared to pronounce the next letter, the following letter. لدن غنة. Some people, when they apply ikhfa, the sound is part of the sound coming out from the mouth and part coming out from the nose. No, غنة, it's from the nose. لدن 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 only. Do not the sound, do not produce the sound from mouth and nasal cavity. How come? The ghunna is from the nasal cavity only. Okay? من لدنك رحمة, the ha with all its صفات must be clarified. It's حرف رخ, loose. It's حرف مهموس. It's voiceless. A lot of air running, sound running, and light letter. And the ha come from the is produced from the same articulation point of the ayn. Epiglottis. Rah, rah, rah. Rah. Rahmatan wa hayy. Between rahmatan wa hayy, here I have a rule. If the tanween is not starting and ending together, they are not totally, يعني, not like this. If they are like this, this is إظهار. If it's like this, they are not starting and ending together like this. That means I have a rule. Either it could be إخفاء, it could be إدغام. So I have to look to the letter after. If it's واو, it's one letter of يرملون. So this is إدغام. And this is إدغام ناقص because the letter is having short vowel. So I'm going to pronounce the غنة at the same time when I'm pronouncing the letter. This is the difference between the إدغام and the إخفاء. إخفاء, it's the غنة before I pronounce the letter. Yes, my mouth is prepared to pronounce the letter. But with the إدغام, I pronounce two together. رحمة و رحمة و غنة and the letter together. وهيئ, the ya with shadda having nabr or stress, and this will come naturally if you give the first ya it's رخاوة or being a loose letter. Give it the first ya is duration, but do not extend. Do not apply mad. Mad, it is the opposite of nabr. وهيئ وهيئ لنا, nothing, just give the natural mad. It's time. Well, it will be closed in 30 seconds. Min amrina, nothing, all it's light letter. Rashada, ra is a full mouth letter, okay? So I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, my dear, then I will continue with you the ayat, the rest of the ayat. So سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سلام الله عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.